Hi everyone, this is Wafalanga and welcome you all in Grammar in Detail. As you know, we are learning the auxiliary verbs and today we are going to start the next lecture about auxiliary verbs. Auxiliary verbs we discussed having different kinds. The first one we discussed the helping verbs or the primary verbs. After that we discussed second kind we are going to discuss. In second kind we were talking about modal auxiliary verbs. Modal auxiliary verbs I told that they are studied in two categories, secondary level and primary level. Secondary level so far we have discussed in previous lecture, and this lecture we are going to discuss the primary level. Now primary level, what do we talk about the modal auxiliary verbs? In primary level we study about the usages of modal auxiliary verbs. We are going to discuss the usages. How many usages does it have? So let's begin the modal auxiliary verb first, that is must. Must is used for 100% of an action which is obligatory to a person or to be done. Definition of must is a modal auxiliary verb. It is used for obligation, certainty, probability, necessity, prohibition, emphatic invitation, and strong advice. So it is used for six different usages. The first one we are going to discuss, it is used for obligation. He must come on time. This is a sort of duty for him to be completed and he has to perform this one, and that is 100%. It is an obligatory to him. You must offer your prayers, no compromise. Whether you are ill, you are not feeling well, even you are on bed and you are in a bad condition, but you need to offer your prayers. That is what we say obligation to you. You must offer your prayers. Certainty and probability. Now, what is certainty and probability? That is certain and confirm. Yes, Yasir must be at home. Why? Because it is certain and confirmed that as I was coming, he was at home. So he said to me that I am here, I will not go anywhere. So this is what we are certain, that Yasir must be at home. And it must be hot in July. Month of July, that is what, it comes in summer seasons and it is too hot. And that is what we say, it must be hot in July, and it is certain. Rare cases the clouds come and it rains or something, like the weather may change, but the month of July is just the name of hot weather. Next, necessity we are going to discuss. He must stop smoking because he is ill. It is that much necessary that you need not smoke. Why? Because if you smoke, then you are ill and it will affect your health and you won't be able to feel better in future. So this is what we say. He must stop smoking because he is ill. Your exams are near, you must study. This is necessary that you need to take a time and study your books. Why? If you don't, then you will remain failed in the exams. That is what it is necessary to you to follow the rules and regulations for the study, whatever those are required. Next, we have got prohibition. When we stop someone not to do something, you must not enter this room. This is what we are prohibiting someone to do something. You must not sit in bad company. This is what prohibiting someone or stopping someone not to do something which is not good for him or which is not allowed to be done by him. And next we've got emphatic invitation. Now you are emphasizing someone and inviting him in a party or something, like then you'll say you must come for dinner. This is what emphatic invitation. One is called invitation, you should come, but if I say you must come, then it is a sort of insist to someone that you need to come and attend the function or party. You must visit our town. A minister, maybe you are talking about, this is what when they come for election, at the beginning of election, when they come, they even go for the condolences. A person's grandmother has died a year ago, but they come for the condolences, as they all, in order to meet the people, they attend the marriage parties, yes, etc. And this is what they come for these all. But as they win the election, after that you cannot see even their faces and you forget them. After 5 years you remember, yeah, they had come previous time to us. So for such people, reminding them that come if you have won the election and you need to visit this, so this is what you say him, you must visit our town, as before you promised, nothing is done over here. So you are just insisting, a sort of insist is there that he must come and visit this. Strong advice, when you advise someone and that is very strong, and which is to be, you are the one whom you care about, and you just say to the same person, I say, you must obey your parents. This is what strong advice. And you must get out. This is an strong advice. If you don't get out, your company will be destroyed. And this is what, if you live in such society, so you will not be able to go forward and to be in good condition. So this is what the main 6 usages. There are different topics. Now we are going to discuss about the modal auxiliary verb must. So let's begin them, and we are going to discuss. The first one, difference between must and have to. Now the differences we will be discussing about must and have to. Must and have to can both be used in British English to talk about necessity, while have to is more common in American. Must and have to. In British English, you will be using must as well as have to. But in American English, have to is more common. Yes, it is used more than must. So American people use have to a lot instead of must, and the British use both, and that is optional whether you want to use or not, or any of the one you'll be choosing. Now, British language, we say we must reach ground earlier. We have to reach ground earlier. The difference between the two is British and the American. She must come tomorrow. She has to come tomorrow. Must and have to have got the same difference. One is British and the other is American. Second important point, what we are going to discuss about modal auxiliary verb must and the have to. Must is used mostly to talk about the feelings and wishes of a speaker or hearer. Have to is used mostly to talk about obligations that come from outside, for example, from law, regulations, agreements, and other people's order. Now, must you are going to use, and this is what over there, he just expresses his feelings, wishes of a speaker or hearer. But keep in your mind, have to is used mostly to talk about obligations, as like over there you don't have the choice whether you are willing or not, you need to do it. So come from the outside, example, law says that these are to be followed, regulations say those are to be followed, agreements and people's orders. Now see, if I say we must learn English, over there you have just expressing your wishes or your feelings. Over there speaker just expresses his feelings or wishes. Like I say, we must learn English. This is feelings or sort of obligation, but that is not your just feelings. I say it is 100% necessary to be done, but I say we have to learn English whether you like it or not. It is the requirement of a school, college, or whatever you are going to do something, so that is what you need to learn, whether you are willing or not. Here you are just expressing your feelings. Here you have to do it whether you like it or not. I must have a car. This is my feeling. I have to have a car. Now whether I have to have a car, whether I like driving car or not, but I have to have it. Why? Because it is necessary, and everywhere I go it is required, and without car you cannot do your works, like suppose in the cold places where you live, and that is quite hard to ride a bike, and that is what, just because of coldness you cannot go, so you say I have to have a bike. You must get first position. This is a feeling or expression that you must get it. It is everybody's wish that to be on the top, but you have to get first position whether you like it or not. Why? Because that is your parents demand. They say that our children should be on the top, and that is what you are just compelled to do, that whether you like or not, or it is maybe people's demand or order, or maybe an agreement with someone, or rules and regulations. You have to take first position. Now so if I say you must take first position, it is feeling or thought of any parents, but they have over there put a condition: you have to get first position. If you get, then they will buy anything for you, otherwise it is impossible. So over there, that is the difference. I hope you are getting them one by one. He must be regular for classes. He has to be regular for classes. He must be regular. Over there you are just having your feelings and wishes, that if he becomes regular, he will understand everything. He has to be regular for the classes, whether he likes the classes or not. Mostly the students do not like the classes over there. Teachers have to say to him that he has to be regular for the classes. They must respect elders. It is a sort of wish and feeling that, if you respect them, you will be respected. And they have to respect elders. Must, I've forgotten writing have to. So they have to respect elders. Whether they like it or not, whether their elders are, however they are to be respected. Why? Because they are elder and you need to respect them. So they have to respect elders. So these two differences you got, the British and the American, and must and have to the second difference. Now the next one we have got must have plus third form. What is this structure? After that, must is used in different structures. Must have plus third form of the verb. Now where do we use must have plus third form of the verb? We use must have plus third form of the verb for the past actions. Now for the past actions, you'll be using must have plus third form, which haven't seen happening, but we see the signs and proofs, which are just signs and proofs we have of a happening. Because the sign and proof, we become sure that the action has taken place. Now there you're not confirm about, just you have got the proofs and signs, the symbols that was going to happen like this, so you'll be using this. Someone must have come here. Now over there you have got just proofs and signs over there, because you see, because there are fresh footprints of someone on the floor. So this is what you are saying, someone must have come here. May or may not, but you have got the just proof over there that there are some footprints, and this is what someone must have come here. I must have dropped my pen on the way. Why? Because this is my proof and just feeling. Because I put it in my pocket before leaving home. I had put it in my pocket. Now definitely this is what I have got the sign and proof that yes, on the way maybe it has dropped from my pocket or something like this. Is what I am just having the proof about it. He must have gone to Karachi because they told me yesterday that we are going now, or yesterday they were ready to go. So now I am not over there, but just with the because of the proofs and signs, I can just say that this action is maybe this action may happen this time, but I'm not sure about. Just proofs and signs say that yes, it is to be done like this. You must have met her because you're okay. You and because your and our ideas, our intentions are same. Now you must have met her. Why? Both had intended the same, that we are going to meet. You must have met her. Now you will say as whether you have met her or not, but in my point of view, just signs and proofs just uh, say me the same, that you must have met her. But now this is to you, you have met, so you say yes, you have not, maybe just because of some work. So this is what all about must have plus third form of the verb. He must have slept. Why? Because he was saying that he had been working and he was so tired, so he must have slept this time. He may or may not have slept, but there we have got just the signs and proofs that he was too tired, he was working all the day. Now we say that he is taking rest this time, so he must have slept now. Next we have got must have plus adjective plus noun. Now notice there, must have plus adjective plus noun can be used for possession. It is used to show property, whether ownership or relationship. The relations are being shown or the property is being shown. Now it is used for the present as well as for the past. I say students must have a pen and a copy. So or there this possession, these possession they must have while sitting in class. So must have plus adjective their own, whatever the adjective you want to use, it is optional. They must have a red pen, they must have a black pen, etc. You can also say. Then noun plus, it is used for present, and the same can be changed into past. Students must have or add got, okay, must have add or got a pen and copy. It is used for past. We must have our own building. We must have add or got our own building. So add, you can also use, got you can also use, it is your choice. You must have add, we must have had our own pen, or we must have gotten or got our own building. You must have a gunman. You must have had a gun. You must have you must have gotten a gun. So both are, or got a gun. Both are right. He must have money for present. He must have had money. He must have got or gotten money. We must have an honest leadership. We must have had an honest leadership, or we must have gotten an honest leadership. So it is used for, this one is used, must have plus third form is used for the present, and must have plus add plus third form of the verb is used for the past, for the possession. Hope it is also clear to you. We'll discuss the next, must be plus adjective plus noun. Now where do we use must be plus adjective plus noun? Must, we use must plus be plus adjective plus noun for presence or absence of a thing or an action. Presence and absence here you will be showing. There must be a playground in school. And for the past you say that there must have been a playground in school. There must be justice in courts. There must have been justice in the courts. There must not be corruption in the country. There must not have been corruption in the country. And F plus B, you will be using, B is the first form, been is the third form. So you will be using here first form, and here you will be using third form. There must be standard education in Pakistan. There must have been standard education in Pakistan in past. We are talking about in past. Next, you must be educated. Now in present we are talking about the presence, and you must have been educated, we are talking about the past, because now nothing left to be discussed. Must be plus complement. Now we use must plus be plus complement when we are 95% sure about a thing because of the science or logical proofs. Now see, again we have got the logical proofs or something like, see, and it can be used like over there. First I'll discuss the example. I have been working since morning. Now I have been working since morning. I must be too much tired. It is the this first one is the logic and proof. I have been working, and this is the 95% result of that, that I must be too much tired because I have been working. His house is located in London. It must be very expensive. Now the proofs are what, that is in London because it is an expensive area, and we say that it must be very expensive. And definitely it is 90%, 95% will be sure, because it is a very very expensive place and you're talking about. Your house is on Saryab Road. It must be noisy then. Why? Because it is linked with the road. The cars go and come, and this is what disturbs you, like because main road is too much noisy. Our teacher is absent today. He must be sick or busy. There can be two conditions then, whether he is sick or busy, or 5% maybe he was not willing to come, but these show these 95% same condition, or the same reason that he was absent. Now see, because he is the most regular teacher, and when he does not come, so definitely you will be saying 95% maybe he is ill or busy, but 5% maybe he was not willing to come today, or may the guests had come. So this is what you're not sure about. Next, this is very old. This must be dangerous because it is about to collapse or fall. Why? When you go to an area, the tiers and the girders you can see, and that is not to the condition, you say it is very old, it must be dangerous. Now 95% your prediction is having indication that it is dangerous because it may collapse or fall. But in Pakistan, unless the bridge has not broken, it will be used for life unless it has not made the people die. And in the same way, the cars tires are not even changed unless they are expired. In other countries, they've got the date according to the same they take it out. But in Pakistan, they say just to believe in God and just keep continue whether you are alive or going to die, but you need to just pass it and unless it does not get damaged. Okay, next is must be plus ing form of the verb where we are going to use. That is the next topic about must be plus ing form of the verb. We use must be plus ing form of the verb when we see signs of happening but not action happening. Signs you can just see that happening, the action is not happening directly. Or when we listen the voice of something, you are not sure voice you are hearing and you just give your own logical proofs about the same, your own prediction, the reality you do not know about something, but don't see the action happening. You don't see the action happening, you just see the signs of that action being happened directly. It means when we see the signs or listen something about happening of the action but don't see the action happening. See, we don't see the action happening, we have got just the sign of action being happened. We become sure or certain about the happening of the action. Now must be plus ing form of the verb and reason. See, he must be consoling his wife. Now why you are saying this sentence? Now over there you are not sure about the real action, but you have got just your prediction about it. Why? Because she is having pain in her feet and she was crying. She was crying. Why? The reason that she was feeling pain in her feet, and over there she was crying. So husband started consoling her. They must be playing. Now why you're saying they must be playing? Because their voice is coming too much. Now over there you have not seen the action. Because they say just throw the ball, yes, come and play, do something like. So by this action you have got the sign of happening, but you are not seeing it directly and you are having just your predictions about you, not a sort of prediction, you are just having your certainty about it. Children must be sleeping. Why? Because as we go daily basis they make too much noise, because there is no voice of the children at home. Maybe they have gone somewhere or they are sleeping, but we are saying they must be sleeping at this time. She must be taking rest. Why? Now you have not seen her taking rest, but you are saying because she has been working and she is so tired. Joy and Root must be fighting. Now why you are saying Joy and Root must be fighting? Because their voice is coming and they are abusing each other. Now over there you are not seeing the action, just you can hear and listen them that they are fighting and they are talking too much and abusing each other. So you have got your unseen prediction and you are saying Joy and must would be fighting. Why? They are present in the room and their voice you can hear, and when you go there then you will see the real yes they are or not. Must have been plus ing form of the verb. We use must have been plus ing form of the verb when we didn't see the action happening directly. We only saw the signs and listened about the happening of the action in the past, and we became 95% sure about the certain action must have been in progress in the past. Over there you can say that must be plus ing form is the present and must have been plus ing form is the past. He must have been consoling his wife because she was having pain in her feet and she was crying. Now you did not go to the same room, just husband was consoling her and you were having just this discussion after a while and talking it with your friend. They must have been playing because their voice was coming too much. And children must have been sleeping. Now, because there was no voice of the children at home, she must have been taking rest because she had been working and she was so tired. Now, there you are saying that in the past, as we went their home, she we said that she must have been sleeping because we went there home, she was working all the day and night, and you are saying that just she was so tired. Joy and Ruth must have been fighting because their voice was coming and they were abusing each other. So hope you got the topic about must be plus ing form, must have plus third form of the verb, and etc., and must have been plus ing form of the verb. Okay, difference between must and have to. This one we are going to discuss, and this is what we will discuss about must and have to, the last difference and main difference. Both must have and have to are for necessary things, but there is difference in their usage. There is a little difference. We will talk about must and have to. I told you must is used in British and have to is in American, but in British we have got the difference between the both are used for necessary things, but there is one difference, and that different what we are going to talk about in their usage. We use must for those actions which we personally feel that they are necessary or obligatory. We personally feel them, those are necessary or obligatory to us 100% to do. Or we use and we use, see, to do, and we use have to for those actions which have been imposed on us to do. Over there you are not going to discuss your wish or desire about it. You are just asked by the third person. So the third person's imposed work, we do it in compulsion. That is our compulsion to do it, or that is our willingness, or maybe happiness is not. See, our willingness or happiness is not present in it. We are not in our control in F2. Must is what we are going to do it by ourselves, and that is obligatory to us. But F2, whether you like it or not, you have to do it. I must do his work. Now I see that he is not capable of doing this, and I must do his work. It means 100% I have to do for him. He will be too much happy. I have to do his work whether I want or not, because I am compelled. Maybe he is your friend, or maybe that you are working under his control. So this is what it is to be done by you. They must come on time. Now that is you are just having your feelings and expressions that this is to be done. Why? They come regularly and they come on time, so they will understand everything. They have to come on time whether they like or not. That is what you have joined any strict place where most of the time in army, or whether it is an office, private office or something like, or whatever, you need to be regular about the time. Children must get education. Now this is everybody's wish. Children have to get education whether they like it or not. And she must clean the house. She has to clean the house whether she likes or not. Joy must complete the assignment, and Joy has to complete the assignment. Now Joy must complete, that is his duty, he has to do it. But if I say Joy has to complete his assignment, whether he likes it or not, he has to do this work. Now notice there in the above case, keep in your mind must, past is must have plus third form, but here must in this case, like must, and in the case of F2 does not have the past, so its past will be add to. F2 must and F2 have got their past, that is add to. Now see, in the above case, above whatever we have discussed over here, must does not have its past form. In the above case, and add to is used for the past form of must as well as add to. So for the past of both, whether you are showing your feelings or thoughts 100%, or you say that I have to do it whether I like it or not, they have got the past only one, that is add to. Now see, I must do his work, I have to do his work, I had to do his work. Now they must come on time, they have to come on time whether they mind it or not. They had to come on time, past of both must and have to. Children must get education. This is the wish of every children's parent, and children have to get education. They say that whether that is our wish or not, it is the need of today's time, whether we have money to pay their fee and etc., but they have to get. And past of both is children had to get education. And she must clean the house. She has to clean the house. She must clean the house because that is her house and she does this work by her own willingness. Now, whether she likes cleaning or not, but she has to do. Why? As the guest comes, so they will say that they have not cleaned their room, or there she is compelled to do. And past of both, must and as to, is she had to clean the house. Joy must complete the assignment. Joy has to complete the assignment, and Joy had to complete the assignment. Joy must complete the assignment, that is his duty, and he has to do it by his own willingness, and it is an obligatory to him. Joy has to complete whether he likes the assignment or not. If he doesn't do, he will remain failed, and if he does it, so well and good, he will get it, but he has to do it. Joy had to complete the assignment, then past of both. So hope you got today's modal auxiliary verb must, with its 6 usages and different structures used in, and how it is used in past, in ing form, and these all I made the lecture clear for you. Wish you best of luck. See you next time with the next lecture. Goodbye.